Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. It's first thing in the morning, so I'm just gonna run in here and I'm gonna make some sandwich bread. So it has to sit for a little while. So I'm gonna make 2 loaves because I'm gonna share one, and I need 3 cups of flour first. And I use this batter bowl because it has the measurements on the side, so it makes it really easy just to get my flour in here and to know, I don't have to dirty another measuring cup or measuring bowl. So, and this is a super easy, forgiving, super, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so easy to make this bread. I always wanted to make my own bread, and when I found this recipe on TikTok, I had to try it. And let me tell you, I have got my the mixture ready. I've let the dough sit. I've let it sit longer than the 2 hours. I've let it sit like 3 hours. I've come in, transferred it to the bread loaf pan, and it's still come out just fine. So like I said, when I say it's forgiving, I literally mean it's really forgiving. So we've got both of our bowls with their flour in it, and I have a really big thing of flour because I have a tendency to go through it quite a bit. Okay, so I do go through it quite fast. Now I'm using Celtic salt, and this is one of the salts that has been lately discovered as being very good for us. So I've been trying to use it more and more just to incorporate some good salt into our bodies. So I need 1.5 teaspoons in each bowl. And then I'm gonna need 1.5 teaspoons of my active dry yeast or instant yeast. So this works great for this recipe. I was getting the little packets, and then I found that I was going through them quite quickly. So I did grab this bottle, and then I did do a little bit of a oops, because when I first used this, I didn't put it in the refrigerator. I added it back to my shelf, and I thought, uh-oh, I think I just killed my yeast, but thankfully I didn't. I threw it in the fridge really quick, and I tried it again, and it worked fine. So, just a note for yourself, just make sure that you read the directions on whatever it is you're using, because even, I've made mistakes like that before. All right, so now we're gonna use a flavoring, a sweetener of your choice. Now you can use honey or maple syrup, and I like to use a local honey to us. That way it has a lot of the good allergy fighting things in it. And this is our adjustable spoons, which work out really great for like honey, because you can just push it out. And I'm going to get some more, and I'll show you again. You open it up, and all I do is push it right into the bowl. Slide it right down, and then it makes it go right into the bowl. Now the only other ingredient we need to add in is a cup excuse me, a 1.5 cups of water. And it doesn't have to be any specific temperature. And I've got one of them pre-measured here, so I'm going to dump this in. And then I'm going to measure this one, another 1.5 cups. And I'm just going to start stirring this, and I'll check on that water. Now you'll see that this is going to get goopy and sticky, and that's fine. It'll be a little lumpy. All you're going to do is stir this up, and you're going to cover it with a towel for 2 hours, and you're going to let it sit. After that 2-hour time, we're going to put it into our buttered loaf pan. It's going to sit in that buttered loaf pan for another hour. Then it's going to go into your oven at 375 for 45 minutes. You're going to drizzle some olive oil on top of your dough before you take it out of your bowl and transfer it into the loaf pan. I drizzle it on the top and then dump it in. Super easy, like I said, very easy recipe to make. Okay, so that's dough number 1. It's ready to sit. I'll cover it with a towel that it can breathe through, and we're going to let it sit. Here's loaf number 2. We're just gonna mix it up really good. Super easy, and I will post this recipe in the bottom in our comments of this post so that you can have it for yourself and save it. Believe me, you're gonna wanna save it. You're gonna wanna try this. You're gonna wanna make sandwich bread for your family. Now, the first day it comes out of the oven, it's nice and warm, it's super yummy. So then day 2, day 3, I cut it and we'll add it to my air fryer, toast it with a little bit of butter on top. So you're basically just warming it up, adding some more yumminess to it, and there you have your sandwich bread. So it's going to be a little firmer, but it is so good. All right, so there's loaf number 2. Going to let it sit for 2 hours. So 7:25, 8:25, 9:25. I will transfer it to the loaf pan. So I will jump back on and let you see the process of that. Very super easy. I've got a stone loaf pan, and I also have a cast iron loaf pan. This recipe works both for great, and it will work for a glass loaf pan as well. So I will be back and chat with you in a bit. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day.